Today I want to tell you about Maurice Ravel, a French pianist, composer, and conductor born in 1875. Now, his dad was an engineer and a very successful and well-educated engineer, and this is important because it's a big part of his life. And his dad loved him and his brother and took him to the factories and all different places where he made inventions and showed him all these mechanical things, and Ravel was obsessed with it. Now, didn't completely understand it and didn't love it the way his dad did, but actually was obsessed with all that mechanical stuff after all. But he himself was very musical. His family wasn't, but boy, did they love and appreciate music. So by the time he was 7, he got to learn how to play piano. He was very good. He had a great ear for music and a good understanding for music, and he ended up going to the Paris Conservatory. We've had a lot of guys go through that Paris Conservatory, but this was different, because the people that worked at the Paris Conservatory did not like Maurice Ravel. They did not like him one bit. He had his own ideas. He was trying to innovate and think out of the box, and they were not innovator kind of people. So some of them even refused to teach him, which I think is pretty not nice. Anyway, what happened was he ended up finding his own way because he was innovative that way. Now, his obsession with his dad's work and his obsession with all this mechanical worked for his own work himself. He ended up composing very similar to how an engineer works. He would make a structure, and he always did it for the piano first because he had a best understanding, because that was his main primary instrument. And then so he would put that music out, and then he would rework it again for orchestration. So most of his symphonies or orchestration pieces have a piano only written, and then later there's an orchestration written. So because he was very meticulous and very careful, he was not necessarily a prolific composer, but he was a very good composer, and that's nice. Going along with the machinery and the understanding of modernism in that way, he was one of the first in the 1920s to really embrace recording. So we actually have recordings of his works very early on, like in the 1920s, because he thought that was a good idea, and it was a good idea. So his people, like the musicians that he knew, most of them regarded him very well, but the establishment, right, when he went to school, they were like, no, we don't like you. He entered into the competition, and they wouldn't even take his stuff. They looked down on him, but